Today I'm going to show you a radio I've recently picked up, and it's a 40-year-old. They were originally sold as a mobile transceiver, and this is a Yaesu FT707. It's an SSB and AM transceiver. It's capable of 100 watts out, and it covers from 80 meters up to 10 meters, including the WARC bands, but being that it's a transceiver from the 1980s, roughly early 80s, 1982, it's quite commonly seen in the old radio magazines. It doesn't have 60 meters 5 megs because at the time that wasn't an amateur band. So, as I say, this was primarily sold as a mobile radio, or by today's standards it's a bit too big and heavy to fit into the average car. No menus on these radios. Everything is controlled from the front panel, and we'll see we've got a combined mic and mic gain and carrier control here. We've got the power on and off switch here. We have a mode selection switch here. AF and RF gain controls combined on the knob here, and a clarifier. We've got an adjustable width control as well. And the band switch, and you'll see that's labelled 80, 40, 30, 20, 17, 15 and 12 meters, and then we've got the 10 meter band split into 4 segments of 500 kilohertz each. Obviously the main tuning knob here. We've got controls for the Vox settings, the Vox gain and the Vox delay. And then we've got little push buttons here to switch in the Vox, AGC fast or slow. There's a mark button, ALC, a fix, NB, and a clarifier button. And then the clarifier is actually adjusted on the knob here. So it's fairly straightforward. I'm not certain whether this is the original microphone. It may well be, but it's not Yaesu branded actually. So I suspect it isn't the original microphone. And what came with this radio was the matching power supply. There it is, the FP707. Slightly battered, it's lost a bit of its front panel here, but it does work. You'll note that also if I pan around, it's missing the actual toggle on the power switch. I think this is the same switch as you'd find on the FRG7s. Quite common for these to get lost or broken or whatever. Not sure if they're commonly available. I'm wondering if it's possible to get one of these 3D printed. Nevertheless, you can switch the power supply on or off using a screwdriver or something like that in there, and the power supply works absolutely fine. And you'll probably see there that as well as a PSU, it's an external speaker. So that's the front panel of the FP707 and the FT707. I'll just quickly show you the rear of the FT707. And you can see we've got a sizable heatsink on the back of the radio. And then we've got, I'll just zoom in a little here. We've got a phono connector for AF out. This is a fixed level audio. You could feed into a tape recorder, something like that. We've got an RF out port here, I think is for a transverter, a low level RF port for a transverter. External speaker socket, the power connector, and then we have a socket for external VFO, and an accessory socket. And then to the right hand side of the transceiver, we've got the Morse code key jack, the SO239 for the antenna. We've got an output just under here for DC 8 volts out, and then we've got a ground leg. So that's the rear of the FT707. So in a moment we'll hook it up and I'll show you some clips of it receiving in the shack.
At 11:30 a.m. local time. That's 9:32 look. And they couldn't believe me. They thought I was pulling their leg and calling from Barcelona. Yeah. Yeah, but listen, anybody that has a 4 element, even 4 element on 40, that's crazy. I spoke to Masaru's son yesterday. He said hello. I worked him on 15, I think.
Microfoon is a Pro 76. They use amp Italian brand, solid state Italian brand, expert 1.3K. And the antenna system is top of the building, upper 6 floor level, upper condominium, one telescopic tower 10 meter, elevation about the ground 30 meter, John. I think good position for work easy, long distance, yes. 3-element delta loop antenna, 3-element delta loop in this band and 4-element in 15. Oh yes. Now it's a city sunny day, temperature 20 degrees centigrade, and the local time exact is 10:01 now. 10:01 minute. Okay, back to you, John. AK6, Whiskey Charlie, I-4 and P from final over.
Number 1 on 10 meters, Oceania DX, and that was a 2-hour run. I just know. No, but this needs later.
About a 3 to a 4. Yes, Brighton, we're not too far, just along the coast. I don't know how many miles it is actually. It must be probably 50 miles, I would say. Not an ideal distance for 80 meters during the day. Radio here is the Apache Labs ANAN 7000, and the antenna is a doublet G7FHV G4BIM.
Secure tab. Secure tab, Lima Zulu 1, Julia Zulu, secure tab. Contact, my name is Tony. 72.
Antenna solution to me, having this Titulazione. Like Victor India Tango United, Lima Alpha Zulu Italy Oscar. Once again, we said how good you are, my friend. 525 questions on the mental model plug over here. I don't think they were ridiculously difficult, but maybe you disagree. Here's your own fault. As they do tonight, it was going to be a little more concentrated. They sounded very Victorian. A lot of them sounded like Persian.
It's very hard to cut a quote. You have to move on if there was a really terrible breakup. La cruda è cavalito della donna, la venuta, la tuffo della ionolino, e la patria di